is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Okay, people. Let me just explain a couple of things here. Earlier today, Sarge Finkel announced what he wanted to see as a new direction for our panel discussions. Now, first of all, let me say, for the few of you who may be subscribed to me for my own personal content, you might not be aware. What we do is we do live panels, but we do them over on my friend Finkel's channel, and that's what this is going to be about. So if you have no interest in that at all, you might as well just stop this video now. But if you don't know, what we do is we discuss various things over there. But like I say, for those, it's over at, I think you can find it by looking up Old Sarge Finkel. Now, like I said, he mentioned about us trying to go with a new direction with our panels. And everything he said is pretty much the same stuff I've been thinking and some of the stuff I've actually said about. So what I did was I edited his comments. I'm just going to play them here now, and I put spacers in there for places where I'm going to stop and make some comments of my own, either adding to or my personal opinion on what he said, or also there's some things will affect as far as my personal channel. Let's bring up his video.
Open panel. I mean, we're going to let anybody up talk about anything and not kick them out until they really cross some hard lines.
Okay. So what he's going to do here is he's going to describe the different ways we're going to be paneling.
I think we should put in the title, when we're going to do it this way, is when people we are familiar with or trust, when they ask to come up, we will provide them the link. Either by only those people would be brought up when they're still in the basement. Let's say Stone Vet says, "Hey, you live? Can I come up?" Boom, here's the link. Everyone sees the link, but only Stone Vet would come up.
Okay.
Open is when we're going to allow anybody up to talk about anything. And plan guests, maybe if we decide we're going to schedule an interview, we'll say, I don't know, Master Sergeant or Shiz or whoever, planned guests. And in that case, we won't allow anybody up outside the mods and the planned guests.
So what he just described is what we plan on doing, okay? Yeah, there'll be 3 different kinds of panels. There'll be one where it's just a closed panel, where it might just be like me, Sarge, Ariel, and Killen, or any combination of those. That's the 4 admins on the channel. And that'll be us just talking about whatever, but we're not going to even put the link up for anybody else to come up and join us. The next one would be the select panel. That's where we would have certain invited guests. This might be pre-planned. You know, let's say, there's people that I'd really like to talk to about the stuff that they're doing. In the past, we've had conversations with Summer about her work with the homeless and that. I had a nice talk with Mr. Nice Guy, who does 1A thing in upstate New York. We've talked to Benghazi Rabbit. We've had some other conversations. Now, you notice this next part here, I said I called it a good panel can go to shit. And this will be an example of why we've got to start controlling things a little more. Let me just go ahead with this.
talking about?
No, I'm saying you sound like the hot Russian.
Now let's just say, now notice here, what we've got here is 7 people on a panel, including Finkel, okay? And let's see where this goes.
Chick that Tony Soprano was banging.
I am not. I am in my 40s. I'm far away from being hot, but I still have, okay pictures.
I believe
Those are
hot is
very nice.
eyes of
I don't know. Finkel's in his fucking 70s. He looks pretty damn good.
Okay, like I said, we got 7 people up there. Notice one of them's a drunk girl, and the other is an old pothead who's hitting on her, and they probably live hundreds of miles apart from each other at least. But anyway, let's keep watching.
Airborne Ranger, I want to work. Really funny. I was the one holding the camera when I.
Don't do that.
What are
I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Notice so far we've gone from 7 to 5. Right? Now let me just say, this whole conversation actually started when Sarge came in and he just wanted to put up some videos to hold overnight. And Stone Bet, that's the guy in the upper middle, came in and says, "Hey, Sarge, you here?" And he was like, "Yeah, come on up, let's talk." And the mistake Sarge made was he went with the open panel discussion and invited other people up.
Does
Sharing
he
another
fucking
opinion of what happens, and I cannot independently verify if that's what happened, but it is from a trusted source.
Nama's gonna
Not
play
much.
Russian music. Shut up, goddamn it!
Fucker.
I'm sure that comes with some vodka.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So you see what's going on here is Sarge and Stone Vet were talking about something. I don't know what. I wasn't there. And that's when Sarge was saying about he couldn't confirm a source. I noticed Stone Vet tried to reply, but instead, we've got the old bearded pothead talking about something else, and up in the upper right, we've got the drunk girl, and the two of them are just carrying on a separate conversation, and they don't give a shit about what's going on with anybody else. And there's poor Yuri down there. He's not even going to bother trying.
You heard
That I see you, motherfuckers.
Okay, let's see what's next.
You are who you surround yourself with.
Okay. So now they've moved on. They go to look at a video. We're now down to Sarge, Yuri, and the pothead. And this is because at this time, the drunk girl with the cat avatar, keeps bouncing in and out, probably hitting the wrong button on her phone or something. But notice, we started out with 7 people. We're now down to 3. If you went back to that group of 7, if you take out the old pothead and the drunk girl, the 5 people left could have had a great discussion.
My camera on, but my weed dealer is here.
I'm over the cat.
So there you saw it was down to 3 again. You got the pothead and drunk girl. Now, behind that little symbol there, you can see there's someone else there. I remember I was backstage at this time, and that purple circle, if you could see it, it has a T in there. That's when Ted came up to try to join in again. He sat there for a couple of minutes and ended up giving up and leaving. Because again, you got a drunk girl and a rambling pothead who thinks he's the most interesting person in the world. And by the way, this is my opinion. This isn't what Sarge or anybody else said. This is my opinion.
Man, just say something in the side chat. I'll find you.
Okay. So like I said, why is this all necessary? I went to the wisest man available at the moment. Let's hear what he had to say about it.
Yeah, I'm a novice. I'm naive. I screw things up.
Yep, that was it. It's all Finkel's fault. That's the story I'm going with. Anyway, let us recap. What we're going to be doing from now on is we're going to try to do it 3 different ways. 3. Basically, you'll have the closed panel. Now, closed panel A and B. Closed panel A is when one or more of the admins are online and either talking, showing videos, whatever, but we're not letting anybody else up. Closed panel B is actually not a panel at all. That might be when we'll leave videos playing overnight, but nobody's actually here on the panel live, but chat will be open so that people can come in and just hang out and talk to each other. We've had people doing that. We've got like a regular bunch now that comes in at night and looks for each other. And maybe they'll see videos they haven't seen. So that's the open. Next is what Sarge called that was closed panel. Closed is just us, or maybe not even us, just videos, but we're not bringing anybody up to talk. Next is the select panel. Again, that would be one or more of the admins are here, because at least one admin has to be around to bring anybody else up. That'll be either a prearranged guest or maybe a special guest that just happens to come along, and we will talk just to that person or persons. It could be a couple of people that are doing something. They might have their own channel, and we'll talk to them about what they're doing on their channel. It might be somebody who just is doing interesting things in life, and we'll talk to them about that. And that's the only people that will be up here. Other people, you're just going to have to sit and chat and give your opinions that way. The open panel is when pretty much anybody can come up and talk. Now, let me just say from my own point of view, if I'm here, I'm the only admin here, you're not going to see an actual open panel because, as everybody knows, I have a low tolerance for idiocy. And so basically, if I'm here by myself, there's going to be a select panel. And it's going to be somebody in chat says, hey, let me up. I'll decide whether or not I want to deal with that person. And even if it's somebody that I think, yeah, come on up. If they come up and they are ridiculously drunk and just not making any sense, I'm kicking them to the road. Now, the other guys are a little more easy to get along with than I am, and they might put up with more than I will, but that's my thing. Let me also mention something else as it refers to my channel itself. Now, of the 4 of us, only me and Finkel mostly put up our own content. Ariel and Killen have channels, but so far they don't really do a lot of uploading or anything. For my channel, you're not going to see live panels very much. But the only time I will do a live panel that's independent of what we're doing at Finkel's is if it's something I'm doing with my family, in which case it probably won't even be open to the public. Or, as happened to us a little while back, when Finkel's channel, we could not upload live to it for a couple of days, we used my channel as a backup. In that case, if we're doing that, if my channel is being used as a backup to the Finkel channel, things there will run pretty much the same as we do on the regular Finkel one, but the only difference will be in YouTube, I'm much more selective about my mods. The only mods I have in YouTube is the same for admins that we have here. Danny, who's our managing mod extraordinaire, and Stephanie, who is a mod that I put her on just so she could do a link one time, and then I decided to keep her, and she's a good mod. Which, by the way, let me mention something. I don't think it was here in the edited version of Finkel's comments, but when he was talking about mods over there, he said he mostly give people wrenches so that they could put links. And he said, other than, again, the 4 people who are admins for the panel and Danny, he doesn't want anybody else doing timeouts or anything like that. I will say, and I will mention this to him if he sees this, or I'll mention, I would trust Stephanie. She's very good at deciding whether or not somebody needs a timeout. But otherwise, like I say, as far as on my channel, if we are doing a joint thing, if it's a thing that either it's joint with the Finkel channel, or it's because Finkel channel isn't up for whatever reason, the panel rules will be pretty much the same. The only thing that will be different is chat. I will not be giving out a lot of wrenches over on my side. I think that pretty much covers everything. You know, I'll quit recording this and then I'll think of some stuff. Let me just go through it again. We are going to try to make the chats and the panels more enjoyable for everybody. Even when it's an open panel, we're not going to let people come up and just be idiots, and we're definitely not going to allow people to be racist or just using disgusting language when they talk about others. I guess that's about all we got to say about that. I hope people like what we're doing. If you do, tell other people that you know would like it. That's it for me for now. Peace out.